Welcome, everybody, to the Carousel, the number one spot for all the latest news, rumors, and scoop in the college basketball coaching carousel. I'm Adam Gordon, joined, as always, by Brian Burton, coming from his cell phone today. He's a little rattled.
Let's do it. Let's do
Brian Burton with All Access Network.
Can't stop
What's
the
up,
train.
Brian? How are you?
No internet at the house. Can't stop the train.
I love it. Big show today. Not a ton to talk about, honestly, but we do have some stuff. We'll update you guys on the latest hires and a couple jobs. A couple dominoes have fallen, which creates other openings. So we'll get into that. We'll get into Greensboro. We'll get into Radford. We got some small college stuff to talk about today, and we're going to be joined by the legendary, the senior executive director of the Rising Coaches DEI Alliance, Mr. New Jersey, Daryl Jacobs.
East Coast finest.
East Coast finest for sure. Daryl will be with us shortly. So we're excited to have him. As always, he's a great guest, brings in a lot of knowledge of the industry and knows everything that's going on in the Northeast, right?
That's what he says. That's what he says. If he doesn't know, he's going to act like he knows.
No, he's we're excited to have him. As always, text us. We want to make this interactive, so please shoot us comments on social media, slide into the DMs. Brian always gets uncomfortable when I say that. And text us anonymously on the hotline, 662-418-9031, our toll-free number. No, it's not toll-free. It's my cell phone. But text us any scoop that you've heard. And we always like to tell people and remind them we're not hosting this show because we like to celebrate people losing their jobs. It sucks. It's the worst part of the business. We're just here to kind of share some knowledge and info and really just take some guesses at who we think would be good at certain situations. So, and why do we host it, Brian?
Daryl would say something politically correct, like, because we don't care, we share. I think that's what he said last time. So in honor of Daryl, I'll say that.
Okay, fair enough. I would say that, yeah, and Lucas is always here for this part of it. We don't give a fuck. That's why we're on it. Because we used to coach and we used to give a fuck about what we could say and not say, but neither one of us are trying to coach anymore. So we can freely talk about everything that goes on in college basketball.
Yes, we can.
Okay,
we can talk a little JUCO hoops maybe at the end of the show too.
Absolutely.
The JUCO national tournament's going on. Shout out to Hutch. Per sources, John Beeline's outside of Adam's front door. Wow, you might want to check on that.
John Beeline watch. Well, I don't know where he'll end up today.
Maybe he's in Hutch doing some recruiting.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we do want to talk Hutch too. The college hoops is still going on, guys. It's not over. One of, I don't know if you call it a blessing in disguise, but one of the things that's come out of the pandemic is we still get to watch college basketball at the end of April. The National JUCO tournament going on in Hutch, D2 tournament in Danville as well.
I think it's D2 and D3 combined is what I've heard.
I think so. I think you're right. So if you haven't ever been to Danville, Hutch obviously is a great environment, big arena, great fan support, and some of the best, college hoops you'll see, Division I JUCOs. But Danville, the D2 JUCO tournament, and this year included with the D3 JUCO tournament, is a big time setup as well. So, lots of college hoops still going on.
Love it.
Before we bring in our guests, which we'll do here in just a minute, we got two exciting new things with Rising Coaches. Brian, can we talk about it for a second?
Please talk about it.
We've partnered with a company called Benefits Hub. So now with your Rising Coaches membership, in addition to all the great, benefits you get for your coaching career, in addition to investing in your network and your knowledge. Are we eating? Is that a little watermelon?
Yeah.
They look good.
Healthy.
Yeah, I like it. But yeah, in addition to your membership, you also now get discounts and deals to thousands of companies. So I was looking on there today. There's discounts. I need to get a gym membership because now that I'm vaccinated, or I'm about to be fully vaccinated in another week, I got to get back on it. And I went on Benefits Hub, and there's 30% off to Planet Fitness. There's discounts to the Y. There's discounts to gyms all over. So I'm excited about that. And there's everything from that to like car insurance discounts to discounts to Buffalo Wild Wings. So like anything you could want, there's deals and discounts now available to Rising Coaches members. And then the other thing is our public coaching portfolios have been launched thanks to our friends at Lucio Sports. You can now create your online portfolio, which shows your interactive resume, job timeline. You can store graphics or pictures or some interviews that maybe you've done right there on your profile page. And it's for members only. However, anyone can view it. So, if you Google your name, in addition to like your bio coming up, now your Rising Coaches public profile page will come up as well. So
Nice.
2 exciting new benefit ads for Rising Coaches members. If you're interested in joining, visit risingcoaches.com and you can sign up today. Okay.
I like it.
Now that we've taken care of that housekeeping, let's bring in Mr. New Jersey himself, Senior Executive Director of the Rising Coaches DEI Alliance, Daryl Jacobs. Coach Jacobs, how about that for an intro?
What up, D?
Hey, guys, how you doing, man? Wow, you guys are just doing your thing, and I stay in the background and watch you guys talk about this crazy coaching carousel. You're talking about that JUCO tournament, man. I remember those days going to all of them, the JUCO National Tournament, 3 up in upstate New York and 2 in Denville, and 1 could be in Kansas and all that stuff. These are great, man. And a lot of people don't know that's going on right now. I was just telling a friend last night, the JUCO tournament is going on. He was like, you kidding me? I said, yeah, they playing basketball still. So, which is a haven for coaches now, not just in the transfer portal, but now they can get a chance to watch them online, as well, which they've been doing. The JUCO, they've been doing great with actually putting it online for the past 3 or 4 years. So it's good if you're a coach with low budgets and can't get out and recruit. Right. Guys like when I was coaching, you could sit in your office here and just look at them and say, I like that kid. So, but let's get to the carousel, man. There's so much going on. I know you guys been doing a great job. So I got some insight as well. So let's get at it, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say one quick thing on the JUCO tournament. I think it's cool that it's kind of worked out where they kind of have this isolated stage where all the Division I coaches are done. They can't go out. So really there's no excuse for JUCO guys not to have exposure and get watched. So kind of a cool time for JUCO to have center stage.
Well, absolutely. And, I feel kind of bad for the high school seniors. I'm getting a lot of calls in regards to, can you help me? And, with the transfer portal and JUCO, and these guys got another year coming back. They didn't lose a year eligibility. So it's been tough for a lot of high school recruits, of course, unless you're a high school All-American and all that kind of stuff. And, that can be another topic for another show as well.
Well, let's get right into it. UNC Greensboro made it official yesterday, I believe, maybe 2 days ago. They hired Mike Jones, former head coach. Mike Jones.
Who? See, Adam don't understand that term, the rapper Mike Jones.
That was good. We didn't rehearse that.
Say it again, Brian.
Yeah, I had to do it. As soon as he says Mike Jones, you gotta say who afterwards.
Who afterwards? That was back in the day, Adam, when you.
So you don't know
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
You're gonna lose a lot of credibility if you don't know Mike Jones.
I know Mike Jones.
You coached in JUCO. You gotta know Mike Jones.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Jones obviously did a great job at Radford. Had a lot of success there. Radford, good job, but a challenging one considering the success he's had there. That makes you appreciate the coaching job that he did even more so. Good fit. I wasn't expecting this one, but I do think it's a good fit. He plays an up style brand of basketball. They pressure the ball. They get after it. Most importantly, they win. What do you guys think of Mike Jones here at Greensboro?
Yeah, kind of an unexpected.
I'll jump in.
I'll be quick.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was just going to say kind of an unexpected hire, but I think they moved quick. They were decisive. They may have already known who they wanted and had an eye on some candidates when Wes Miller was up for North Carolina. So this one moved maybe as fast as any job at this kind of profile. They moved really, really fast. So credit to them for being decisive. And I just love they're hiring a guy who's won, and the minority candidates continue to get hired, which I love that. Him get a chance to level up, and he's proven himself at a place like Radford. So I'm fired up for him to have an even better resource job to continue to have the success he's had. Go ahead, D. Sorry about that.
Well, Mike is a personal friend of mine for over 20 years. So, guys, if you didn't know, he's a Howard University graduate. He's an HBCU graduate. His father played in the ABA back in the day. So he has a good lineage in terms of coaching and knowing him since his days at Georgia, and really watched his migration at VCU with Shaka and with Dennis down at Georgia. And he's done a tremendous job at Radford. So I wasn't surprised, actually, guys. I kind of heard it through the pipeline, through my resources that's in athletic administration, that he was a serious candidate. And when he got it, I wasn't surprised, at all. And I'm very happy for him that he got the job. He's going to do a fantastic job for them. It's a step up for him. He's coming behind a tough act in West. West did a tremendous job, subsequently why he's at Cincinnati. But this is a good hire for Greensboro, UNC Greensboro, no doubt.
Absolutely. And speaking to Brian's point about, how quickly they moved, Todd Turner on the search with this one. They did a good job. They found a really good one, a proven head coach. So as always, that puts the dominoes in action. That's why it's the carousel, right? So now Radford is open. Anybody that jumps out at you guys for this one?
Well, I tell you, it depends on what Mike brings with him. If those guys are going to come with him, one of the guys that's there may potentially get the job because he has a great relationships with them. But somebody like Ben Betts, who's a long shot, who was at Western Carolina, I might think be a good fit there as well. Has the background and everything. But it's hard to say who they may go with. There's a lot of great candidates from the state of Virginia who's coaching college basketball. So it'd be interesting to see what they go with this. It's a great academic school. They're going to look for somebody that can recruit high academic kids. And, Mike is a tough act to follow. So it'll be very interesting. But, I think Ben Betts, I kind of heard that name through the grapevine, but who knows? It's early. So let's see what manifests as the days go by.
Yeah, I heard Florida assistant Darius Nichols was high on the list for to be involved with this job from his ties with the area. And I'm not sure if a guy like a Virginia assistant, Tony Bennett's had a lot of success having his guys move on. So a guy like Jay Willie may be a great guy to get a job like this. Did a great job as an assistant American and has done a tremendous job there at Virginia. So a couple names to throw in the hat as well.
Yeah, I got a dark horse name for you as well. Chris Caputo at Miami had a lot of success at George Mason up in that area. That's another name to look out for. Obviously, he's done a great job and been with Coach Larinaga for over, 15 years now, probably.
15 years. When I was at Delaware, he was with him when they was at George Mason. I know Chris very well. A more deserving guy. It'd be great to see him get a job as well.
Absolutely. Okay, moving along. Let's go to Central Connecticut State. Daryl, you should be all over this one. This is in your neck of the woods.
Well, you know what? Go ahead.
Before I let you go here, I'm going to give you the names of the 5 that have been reported to be the finalists here. This is from Kevin Sweeney at College Basketball Central. Grant Billmeyer at Seton Hall. Steve Curran from St. Bonaventure. Kelvin Jefferson at Gannon. Patrick Sellers at Fairfield, and TJ Sorrentine at Brown. I know I butchered at least one of those names, but do you have anyone else to add? What do you think of those guys, Daryl?
Well, Jim Ferry was the leader until he took UMBC job. He decided to take UMBC job. But Pat, I know all these guys very well. Kevin Jefferson, of course, was at American. Number of places did a great job at the prep school up there, doing a tremendous job up at Gannon. Of course, he went to Southern Connecticut State, so he has Connecticut ties coaching prep school up there, as well. Sorenstein, another great, candidate, as well. It'd be hard to see. They down to 4. It'd be very interesting to see who comes out of it. Pat Sellers is an alumni up there. Played at Central Connecticut, coached at the University of Connecticut as well. Grant, of course, played at Seton Hall, good pedigree, has done a tremendous job at Seton Hall, more deserving of an opportunity as well. But it'd be interesting to see. It's hard to pick any of these guys when I heard the names and And I'll probably get some insight, sooner than you guys will know, because I know two of them personally that I talk to on the regular. So once something comes out, I can hopefully share some things with you before Hoop Dirt gets it. Anybody else gets it, as well. But this has been a long process for them. It's taken longer than I thought, which is kind of discerning to me, as well. But who knows why the process is taking so long with it as well. But it'd be interesting to see, what happens, with that. But Ferry was the leading candidate, of course, until he went to UMBC.
Do you think, Daryl, there's a leading candidate now? And if not, do you have a favorite out of that group?
Well, it's hard, to say, with Pat, Grant, all these guys I know. But I'm kind of rooting for Pat Sellers. Here's why. He played there. He paid his dues coaching at UConn. He's been around, been at Wichita State, number of places. It'd be great. You always want to see alumni get the opportunity. And it's great that he put himself in a position to be down as one of the final candidates. So if anybody I'm rooting for, it's for Pat Sellers to get the job.
I like it.
Okay. Arkansas Pine Bluff. Coach Ivory retired at the end of the season. This has been a quiet one. What do you guys have for us here? Anything?
Oh, I got some insight here, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. This is why you're on the show, Daryl.
Yeah, let's go, Daryl. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, they've been relatively quiet, but behind the scenes, from what I'm hearing, Montez Robinson is a guy they're really looking at, former Alcorn State head coach, did a great job in the SWAC as well. A couple of NBA guys have acquired in from Walter McCarty is one of them. I heard his name from somebody there as well. And you're not going to believe this one, guys. Kevin Garnett.
KG.
What's
Absolutely.
the tie there? I'm following the tie there. What's the tie there?
Oh, I don't know. A lot of these guys are trying to jump in now to be able to try to coach at that level and create opportunities. And it seems like the HBCUs is a route. And, I'm kind of a stickler for the guys that pay their dues, guys have been laboring this for 20-something years and want to get the opportunity. And then have an NBA guy walk in with relatively no coaching experience because he got a name and get the opportunity, kind of, rubs me the wrong way a little bit because I know how tough the business is as well. And these guys are ready. Some guys deserve the opportunity to be ready to get those opportunities. But, Walter McCarty, Kevin Garnett, a lot of NBA guys are calling about this job as well. But the president of the university would be heavily involved in this process, which leads me to believe, they go for the name rather than somebody that can really have the experience doing the job. So, if you look at it that way, then you might see a former NBA player actually get this job.
Yeah, Deion Sanders and Mo Williams, man, led the charge on that kind of thing, being the cool thing, right? HBCU getting a chance to get an opportunity. Maybe that's the trend now.
Right, absolutely. But Mo played at Alabama, so it was a natural progression.
That will make sense.
Yeah, but Mo wasn't even the leading candidate until he threw his name in the hat, and they totally moved him to the top of the list because they understand the publicity that it brings, the recruits that it can bring. So these are the things that goes into play when HBCUs are making this decision. But whatever way Arkansas Pine Bluff goes, hopefully they get a quality coach in there, and it won't be. Because Ivy did a great job. A couple of NCAA tournaments, great job he did there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I can't imagine Walter McCarty with the way things ended at Evansville will get another shot, but who knows? You just never know. What's the phrase? You can get fired for anything except cheating, and you'll get another opportunity.
Well, hopefully that's.
I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Wait. You get fired for anything except losing, and you'll get another opportunity.
Well, we'll see what happens with that, but I always think everybody deserves a second chance to have an opportunity to do something. And HBCUs are very forgiving, as well, and they provide these opportunities that other institutions may not provide. So we see what happens.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go to Central Michigan. Anything new here?
I got
Thunder Dan? Anyone?
I think Thunder Dan is his job to turn down, from what I'm hearing. It's a no-brainer here. I think it's just a matter of them working out the financial. That's why it's probably the holdup.
Ryan, you got anything on this one?
Is this the John Beeline watch one, or is this not the John Beeline watch?
No, he is not. We haven't heard anything about John Beeline.
I haven't heard him linked to this one at all.
Yeah, I'm halfway joking. He was in Michigan with the Wolverines. Yeah, Todd Simon is really the only name I've heard that seems like somebody that makes sense as far as someone who's already proven to be a championship level coach and has already had success at a high level. I know they're looking to bring success back there. So, sometimes when they have a vacancy, they like hiring a guy who's proven to have already won. So he would make sense with his Michigan ties, but I really haven't heard much at all on it. I think a VCU assistant like Brent Scott, he's also from Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. He will be great. He doesn't get a lot of buzz and talked about how good of a coach he is and how good of a player he was at Rice. So I would love to see somebody like him get a chance at a place like Central.
Or even Dwayne Stevens, Michigan State.
Yep.
I think he deserves an opportunity. He has been up for a lot of jobs. I think Dwayne deserves an opportunity. I think he'll be great for them, considering his relationship in the state of Michigan and what he can do as well. So it'd be interesting to see, what happens at Central Michigan.
This is a DHR search, so for whatever that's worth. The name that I've mentioned.
It needs to be a rising coaches search. We've got to make sure that start happening. We're going to pound the pavement, continue, and hopefully next year we'll be in some of these searches.
Well, if we do have it, you'll know because they will not be talked about on the carousel.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. We won't be hosting the carousel at all. We'd be busy trying to
What do you
fill
got for us on Delaware State? Any new names here? Anything going on here?
Well, Jeff Arnold, who's Philadelphia ties and who's at Ryder. He's been really pushed for the job. There was a guy, Emmanuel Davis, who actually I think he probably fell out of the mix because he had no coaching experience. He played there, was an NBA guy, and I always thought that wasn't a good move for them, somebody with no coaching experience, but you get emotionally attached to guys who played there who don't have the pedigree to be a coach as well. And a guy named Keith Johnson. Keith was with Fang Mitchell at Compton. Cheney graduate. He was actually assistant coach at Delaware State when the last coach got let go, and he was the interim. So I hear his name a lot. But the leading candidate right there right now is Jeff Arnold, and they're looking for a women's coach as well and an athletic director. So, I've been trying to work to get us involved with filling some of these positions with them, Adam, but it didn't come to fruition as of right now. So they're in the process now of actually trying to decide what they want to do with 3 positions: men's basketball, women's basketball, and an athletic director. But, right now, Jeff Arnold is the leading on the men's side.
So I would assume the president and probably some kind of a board makes the hire since the AD is not hired yet.
Yeah, well, they're going to try to go through the process. The interim AD there now, she's been interim on 3 occasions in the past. And, I would like to see her take it. And
give her the job. What are we waiting on? Give her the job.
If you've been interim 3 times, good Lord.
Who knows? Well, that tells you, Delaware State 3 years ago, guys, was at this situation 3 or 4 years ago looking for men's coach, women's coach, and an athletic director. It was the same process. So, it's a situation that's going to be a tough job. They seem to have a lot of turnover there on the men's side. They really haven't been good since Greg Jackson left. And that's when I was coaching at the University of Delaware back in 05 and 06. They actually went to the NCAA tournament and gave Duke a run for their money back then as well. And the men's program have been the same since Greg Jackson left. So it'll be interesting to see. But it'd be great to see Jeff Arnold gets the job. Philly is 30 minutes away. He's a legend there. Great ties, coached on a high level, many places. So that'll be a great hire for them.
I remember that Duke game. They did give them a run for their money.
Right.
Let's go to some small college stuff here. Tallahassee Community College. The Eagles.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
This one is rumored to have opened up. We've kind of been hearing about it for about a week now.
I heard Brian Burton. I heard Brian Burton is up.
You heard incorrectly.
Okay.
This one was made Hoop Dirt official this morning, right before we went on the air. So it's officially out there. And it's open. Not sure what happened with Zach September, who was the head coach there. He's moving on, I believe. It's been rumored he's about to join a Division I staff somewhere. Not sure, not sure what all happened, but
like Coastal Carolina is where he's going, but I don't know that for sure. But
I did hear that. That's right. I did hear that. Yep.
Right.
Joining Cliff Ellis there in Myrtle Beach. Beautiful area.
Right. Normally when that happens, guys, especially from Florida JUCOs, when guys leave, they either taking a D1 assistant job or they becoming a head D1 coach. That's how great the Florida JUCO basketball is as well. And this is a great job, guys. I mean, Florida JUCOs are just tremendous. This is a great job.
Yeah, no question. And you're in the Panhandle, which is, the hardest league in the country, in my opinion, but definitely arguably the hardest league in the country. You're in there with Northwest Florida, who is now Greg Heyer, who's a goon, and we'll have them winning 30-plus games a year. Mark my words, 30. You're in there. You're in there with all of them. You're in there with Chipola, with Donnie Tyndall right now playing in the national tournament up in Hutch. I think they tip off in maybe 2 hours. The number 6 overall seed. You got Pensacola. I mean, it's just hard. You'll have like Daryl was saying, you'll have a lot of Division I guys trying to get this job. You'll have a lot of existing JUCO coaches. We've mentioned them before when Northwest was open, but guys like Jeremy Schulman at Eastern Florida, who's done an unbelievable job there, turning them into a national brand and a national power, but doesn't quite have the same funding as some of these Panhandle jobs.
Right.
The Panhandle's a little different. You got guys like Tim Ryan, who is a Hall of Famer at College of Central Florida, who they cut their program a year ago. Now he's at Mississippi Gulf Coast. Guys like that will be trying to get it. So this is not going to be an easy field to get involved in. They're going to have their pick. The one thing with this job, I think it only pays $50 is what I've heard, which is way lower than some of those other Panhandle jobs. Mm-hmm. And obviously for a Division I guy, that's a huge pay cut, but it's also a huge platform and stepping stone to get head coaching experience and stay in the thick of recruiting at the junior college level.
Yeah, you coached in this league, right, Adam?
I coached at College of Central Florida, which is in the Florida region, but not in the Panhandle Conference. We were in the Mid-Florida Conference, and thank God, because our record would have looked a lot different if we were in the Panhandle.
What's your prediction, or who's your pick for this, since you kind of have familiarity with the area?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's hard to go outside of Jeremy Schulman or Tim Ryan. I don't know those guys' interest level, but you got 2 guys that have proven that they can win in the state. I know you'll get a lot of big name, guys. Right. And that's cool. But Rob Chaney's been the AD there at Tallahassee now for about 15 years. I don't think he's too fazed by that. If you look at his last 2 hires, he hired Mark White from East Mississippi Community College. Mm-hmm. And then once Mark White left, he moved up Zach from the assistant spot. So he's shown that he's not fazed too much by big names or Division I guys. He wants, proven JUCO guys. And that's why I think a guy like Schulman or Tim Ryan would be a good fit there. You also got Jake Williams, who's doing a great job at Dodge City Community College, who was a former assistant at Northwest Florida, younger guy, but has led USC Salkehatchie to the national tournament, and now did a good job in his first year at Dodge City. They didn't play a whole lot of games because of COVID, but he'd be another good one. But that's my take on it. Let's go to the Division two route. Coach Jacobs, I'm hoping you know how to pronounce this one. Maybe you guys scrimmaged them when you were at Clark. Is that Shawan? Oh, we can't hear you. You're on mute, Daryl.
I'm sorry, guys. It's Shawan University.
Shawan University.
Shawan University is Murfreesboro, North Carolina. I actually went to high school about 18 miles from this school when it was a junior college, when Nick McMillan played there, and Bob Burke Sr., Hall of Famer, there was the coach there as well. They actually competed in the CIAA for about 3 or 4 years, and now they went to, about 3 years ago, they switched to the Carolina Conference as well. And I do have insight on this one. Bob Burke Jr. is the leading candidate, and I think it's a no-brainer because his father, the court is named after his father there as well. He's currently coaching at a Division III Augustana out in Illinois as well. So I heard this is a no-brainer. A guy that used to cover me in high school sports down there, Gaddis Hodges, is the play-by-play guy. So I got an insight. And believe it or not, guys, when it came open, somebody started texting me like, "You want to come back down?" I'm like, "Oh no, not Murfreesboro, North Carolina." I'm done with coaching. But yeah, Bob Burke Jr.
Yeah,
right
Rob,
now.
Who goes by Rob Burke.
Rob. Yeah, I call him Bob. Yeah, but he goes by Rob. That is correct. Don't call him Bob.
Rob,
that's the same name that Adam has. So it sounds like he's got some legs.
Oh, it got a lot of legs.
Yeah, and it was reported on Hoop Dirt as well. Let's just talk for a second about how screwed up this business is, right? Rob Burke, one of the best dudes out there, was a longtime Division I assistant, got the head job at Spartanburg Methodist. I think he was there 2, maybe 3 years, and was winning like 32 games a year, like just tearing it up, killing it. Goes and takes the UNC Wilmington job as an assistant, and then a coaching change. And he's been out of it. Former head coach, former Division I assistant, one of the most hardworking, one of the best dudes you'll ever meet. Energetic, passionate. The dude's a head coach. Like, he should be a head coach. I didn't know he was at Augustana. Is he the head coach?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, assistant coach out there. And,
assistant.
I corresponded with him. He puts a lot of videos up, and I'm really rooting for him to get the job. As you mentioned, Adam did a great job at Spartanburg Junior College. I mean, was tremendous there. Went to UNC Wilmington. With the coaching change, for some reason, he's been struggling to get back in. And his father, like I said, the court is named after his father. And his father, Coach Nate McMillan, who subsequently his father became an NBA scout as well. So Coach Burke, he's a head coach, as you mentioned. I mean, no doubt about it. I'm really rooting for him.
Hold on, guys. Unconfirmed rumors that John Beeline's in Murfreesboro, North Carolina. Rob,
oh, wow!
Don't do this to Rob. Come on, John. Don't do this to Rob.
Well, if John Beeline is in Murfreesboro, North Carolina,
unconfirmed rumors, Carol.
Then there's something going on with this business that we are very much unaware of. That must be a great job that we have no insight on knowing. It must be paying about $1 million a year now. They're getting the new facility, and they must be transitioning to Division I.
I can't confirm it. I just report what I hear. John Beeline.
You sure it's not the son?
No,
the son might be a little bit more believable.
Okay. It was not him.
John may have just been getting some coffee. You never know. He likes coffee.
Right.
He likes to tour campuses. He's been around lately.
Well, he must be going to see the court named after Rob Burke Sr., so he must be going to look at the court. He probably never saw it before. So,
a few things on the women's side to get to. Xavier Lopez got the Sacramento State job. He was the associate head coach at Oregon. Congratulations to him. Sacramento State, very difficult job. Good luck, Coach Lopez. Very difficult job in the Big Sky. Not sure where it ranks, Brian, on your list of jobs.
Very low.
But it is hard. Sacramento, great city. Very underrated city, Sacramento. But, not an easy job. But good for him. And then also Loyola Marymount, Erica Hughes. Shout out to our friend Herb Courtney, Renaissance Search.
Right.
Got that one done. So congratulations to him, Erica Hughes from USC. She'll do great there. That is a good job, but obviously a tough league in the West Coast Conference. Very competitive. Daryl, I know you've got to run. We appreciate you being on with us today. We will look forward to hearing your Central Connecticut scoop as soon as you get it. And have a great week.
Well, thank you for inviting me, guys. I mean, I was so lonely. I miss you guys, man.
I miss you guys. I like that new background office. I'm not used to not having the background.
This is what when you get with rising coaches, it elevates you to other positions.
This is true.
So it helps you. So thanks to Adam Gordon and his brand and you guys as well. So you get to move in offices like this as well. So But I enjoy the guys. As soon as I hear something, I'm looking forward to coming back on and spreading the gossip because we don't care about that.
We don't care. We share is what Daryl said.
That's right. We don't care. We just share and very brutally honest about what's going on as well. But thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Daryl. Take care. All right, Brian, that was good. We got through it all. Do we want to talk just for a minute about Hutch? We had a big upset yesterday. Holmes took down the defending champions, Vincennes. It was a close game. It was a great game. Came down to the wire. Vincennes came back. I think cut it to 1, maybe with like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I did not watch it. I just read about it. I did not watch it.
Yeah, they cut it to 1, I think, with 30 seconds left. But Holmes pulled it off. Big win for Mississippi Chicos and Coach Flanagan, who does an unbelievable job there. Jason Flanagan over at Holmes.
Yep.
Congratulations to him. And what else happened? A lot more games today. Games going on right now. As a matter of fact, I think our friend and Rising Coaches member, Charlie Wilson, has Indian River playing right now in the first round. Yep. Also today is Chipola. Also today is Hutch and Mineral Area. Some great games. Shelton State plays today. So lots of action. Head over to njcaa.org to live stream all those games. It's great hoops. You guys will enjoy it. March Madness doesn't end in March this year.
No doubt. It's April Madness. And, we'll be able to talk more about Hutch even next time because there'll be even more advancements. It's going on all week. And if you haven't watched Juco basketball, and if you don't, definitely missing out. Need to tune in.
Absolutely. Sign up for a membership at risingcoaches.com. Two new announcements that we made earlier. Access to thousands of deals and discounts from companies all over the world, as well as your public profile coaching page that is up and running, that you can launch now to give yourself some more exposure and just a platform to market yourself and be seen and let people contact you. So risingcoaches.com, sign up for a membership, always adding value to the membership each and every week. Brian, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Same time, same place, Thursday, noon Eastern.
We'll see
you there.
Okay, man.